All right, welcome to the next talk where we'll simply just be talking about sleep, and we're not going to go too into detail about this. We're merely going to scratch the surface on the different cycles with regards to sleep and what happens when you sort of miss those cycles, or what's going to happen if you do get all 5 cycles of sleep in and treat your sleep with a little bit of respect. What we're going to be talking about today, as I already said, is the sleep part. So what's important to understand is that majority of recovery happens when you sleep. All right? And what a lot of people don't understand is that you still use energy. You are still burning calories when you are sleeping. You don't just go to sleep and then boom, your entire body shuts off. Majority of your repairing of your muscles, your body's ability to just be able to relax and then recover from that happens when you sleep. So I'm going to touch very briefly on the 5 cycles of sleep and give you a little bit of an explanation on each cycle and the importance thereof. So stage 1 is called the transitional stage. This is where drowsiness, you're partially awake, your mind is busy drifting off. It'll be the first 20 minutes of a movie, more than likely. All right, this is stage 1 of your sleep cycle, where your head just keeps nodding off like this, keep nodding off. That's stage 1 of the sleep cycle. Stage 2 is referred to as light sleep. So what's interesting about this stage is that 50% of your sleep, no matter how long, is generally spent in a light sleep phase. Your heart rate begins to slow down, your core body temperature drops, and these are the times where you'll have little muscle spasms. All right, so it's a combination between muscle relaxation, muscle tone. This is where you might find you kick, you have sudden bursts from your muscles. This is all in a light sleep phase. All right. Stage 3 and 4 is known as your deep sleep phase. All right, so what happens here is your brainwaves start to slow down and you're just slowly going into more of a deeper sleep. This is the phase, all right, so when it comes to physiologically recovering from exercises, from games, from matches, etc., it is stage 3 and 4 that is your main contributor to your recovery while you sleep. So what happens here is hormones are released for growth, repairing, and replenishing of muscles. So stage 5, probably the most important stage when it comes to the sleeping cycles, is the REM stage. Why it is called the REM is simply because that is, if you picture yourself watching someone sleeping, that is the stage where you see a lot of arm movement, okay, repetitive arm movement. And this is the stage where your brain starts to become a lot more active. This is generally where you will dream. And this is the stage where your body is at maximum relaxation. All right, so it revitalizes the brain. And if you are able to get into stage 5, which is a clear indicator that you're getting sufficient amounts of sleep, it revitalizes the brain, but not only that, it supports sharp and alert daytime function the next day. The clear and obvious question now is, what happens to you if you do not get into stage 5 of the sleep cycle? And it's quite simple. Not getting enough sleep, okay, can weaken your immune system. It causes thinking issues, and it could and may lead to weight gain. The challenge that is set out to you guys is quite simple. All right. Get 8 to 9 hours of sleep in the next 5 days. All right. So try and get a fixed routine where you go to bed at a certain time and you wake up at a certain time. Okay. The challenge, however, is, are you able to say goodbye to technology 30 minutes before you go to sleep? So instead of being on your phone, are you able to read a book? Are you able simply to just spend some time by yourself, meditate about the day, and reflect on how you could have been better, or whatever the case is? You know, whatever it is that you do at night time, Can you stay away from technology for 30 minutes before you go to sleep? And then that should promote a better, healthier sleep. I hope that this has helped you. Please, any feedback is welcome. Cheers.